You know that feeling when your heart is overflowing with questions about your twin flame connection, but your mind is trying to make sense of it all. The question of, are they still interested, can keep you tossing and turning at night. Let me tell you something important right off the bat. This isn't your typical relationship dynamic we're talking about. Twin flame connections operate on a whole different frequency, and sometimes the very act of seeking confirmation can actually create more distance between you and your divine counterpart. In our modern world of instant messages and social media updates, we've gotten used to immediate validation. But twin flame relationships, they dance to their own cosmic rhythm. They challenge our conventional understanding of love and connection in ways that can feel both exhilarating and terrifying. I remember a woman who was constantly checking her phone, analyzing every little sign, and driving herself crazy trying to decode her twin flame's behavior. Sound familiar? Here's the thing. While it's perfectly natural to seek confirmation, the real magic often happens when we shift our focus from external validation to internal wisdom. Today, I'm going to share some insights that might just transform the way you view this situation. We'll explore not just the signs and signals, but the profound spiritual understanding that comes with navigating this sacred connection. And trust me, some of what I'm about to share might surprise you in the best possible way. So let's dive into this journey together, because understanding twin flame dynamics isn't just about them. It's about discovering the incredible wisdom that lies within you. Have you ever noticed how things naturally fall into place when you stop trying to force them? That's not just coincidence. That's the universe working its magic. There's this beautiful paradox in twin flame relationships that never ceases to amaze me. The moment you stop desperately seeking confirmation of your twin's interest, that's precisely when they tend to show up in your life with renewed energy. Think about it. When you're constantly checking your phone, analyzing every social media post, and obsessing over their every move, you're actually creating an energetic push that forces them to step back. It's like an invisible dance where your forward momentum creates their backward motion. The universe operates on this principle of divine timing and energetic balance. When you're in that constant state of seeking and chasing, you're actually blocking the natural flow of energy between you and your twin flame. It's like trying to force a flower to bloom. The more you pull at the petals, the more you damage the very thing you're trying to nurture. Here's the truth that might be hard to swallow. Your twin flame can feel your energy even when you're miles apart. When you're anxious and seeking confirmation, they sense that desperation, and it often triggers their runner instinct. But when you finally surrender and focus on your own spiritual growth, that's when the magic happens. The divine feminine often needs to exhaust herself with pursuit until she finally lets go, creating space for the divine masculine to awaken to the connection. Remember, dear ones, letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting in the divine orchestration of your connection. It means understanding that your twin flame journey isn't about constant external validation. It's about inner growth and spiritual evolution. As one spiritual teacher beautifully put it, the twin flame connection is not about possession, but about mutual growth through divine reflection. When you truly embody this wisdom, you'll find that the confirmation you seek often comes naturally, without any effort on your part. So release the need to control and trust in the perfect timing of your journey. Your twin flame connection is eternal. It exists beyond time and space. And sometimes, the best way to strengthen that connection is simply to let it breathe. Have you been noticing these subtle energy communications with your twin flame? Sometimes the quietest whispers carry the loudest truths. Let me share something extraordinary that most people don't realize about twin flame connections. We're so conditioned to rely on text messages, phone calls, and social media interactions that we often miss the profound energetic dialogue happening beneath the surface. It's like having a radio that picks up frequencies others can't hear, and guess what? Your soul is that radio. I remember a woman who was convinced her twin flame had forgotten about her completely. But here's the magical part. She kept having these incredibly vivid dreams where they were having deep conversations. Later that week, she discovered her twin had been thinking about her intensely during those exact same nights. This isn't coincidence, beloved ones. It's the language of souls. Your twin flame's energy speaks to you in ways that might seem subtle at first. But once you tune in, they become impossible to ignore. Those random songs that remind you of them, that's not just your playlist being nostalgic. The recurring numbers you keep seeing, they're not just mathematical coincidences. That sudden warm feeling in your heart when you're going about your day, that's their soul reaching out to yours. But here's the crucial part, and I want you to really hear this. These energetic communications should complement real-world interaction, not replace it. Think of it like a beautiful symphony where the physical and spiritual aspects harmonize together. You might feel their energy strongly, but don't use this as an excuse to avoid genuine human connection when it's possible. The universe speaks through synchronicities, and in twin flame connections, these signs become particularly potent. Maybe you're thinking about them and suddenly their favorite flower appears in an unexpected place. Or perhaps you keep encountering their name in the most random situations. These aren't just cute coincidences. They're cosmic confirmations of your connection. As one wise soul once shared, energy speaks louder than words, and twin flames communicate in the language of the universe. Trust those subtle nudges, those intuitive hits, those moments when you just know. Your soul knows the truth, even when your mind is full of doubts. Remember, beautiful souls, you're not imagining these connections. You're simply becoming more attuned to the spiritual frequencies that have always been there. Keep your heart open, your intuition sharp, and trust in the divine dialogue that's unfolding between your souls. Imagine standing in front of a mirror in a dimly lit room. As you move closer to inspect your reflection, something magical happens. The image becomes clearer. That's exactly how the mirror effect works in twin flame relationships. Your twin's interest is like a cosmic mirror, perfectly reflecting your relationship with yourself. When you're desperately seeking their attention, constantly checking their social media, or obsessing over their every move, you're actually creating an energetic pattern that pushes them away. It's like trying to see your reflection in a mirror while pressing your face against it. Everything becomes blurry. Your twin flame connection is designed to bring you back to yourself. When you're obsessing over them, you're actually moving away from the divine purpose of this connection. But when you're genuinely invested in your own growth, healing, and happiness, that's when the magic happens. It's like tuning two musical instruments. When one reaches the perfect pitch, the other naturally harmonizes. Your twin flame is essentially you in another body. They're your divine mirror, reflecting back everything you need to see about yourself. When you're not loving yourself fully, how can you expect them to show genuine interest? The universe has this beautiful way of orchestrating things so that your self-love journey becomes the catalyst for their awakening. Remember this, dear ones, as I fall deeper in love with myself, my twin flame naturally gravitates toward my light. This isn't about manipulation or trying to make them interested. It's about aligning with your highest truth and allowing the natural laws of twin flame dynamics to work their magic. Trust in this divine process. Your twin flame's interest isn't something to be chased. It's something that naturally blossoms when you're blooming in your own garden of self-love. Have you ever gotten that inexplicable knowing, that soul-deep certainty that defies logical explanation? That's your intuitive compass at work, and it's far more sophisticated than any modern technology we possess. Just as a master violinist can detect the slightest variation in tone that others might miss, your soul has been finely tuned to recognize the unique frequency of your twin flame's energy. Your intuition speaks in whispers, dear ones, but those whispers carry the weight of universal truth. It might come as a sudden warmth in your heart center, an unexpected surge of emotion, or even a physical sensation that seems to have no external cause. These aren't random occurrences. They're your soul's way of communicating vital information about your connection. When you're truly aligned with your intuitive guidance, you're tapping into the same divine intelligence that orchestrates the dance of galaxies and the blooming of flowers. Your inner knowing about your twin flame comes from this same source of infinite wisdom. As one ancient spiritual text beautifully puts it, the heart knows what the mind cannot comprehend. But here's the crucial part. Your intuition must come from a place of clarity, not fear or attachment. When you're centered in your truth, when you've done the inner work to clear your emotional blocks, your intuitive guidance becomes crystal clear. It's like tuning a radio to exactly the right frequency. Suddenly, all the static disappears and you can hear the music perfectly. Remember, your intuition is your birthright, your divine gift for navigating this sacred journey. Trust it, nurture it, and watch how it illuminates the path before you. We often get so caught up in the physical manifestation of interest that we forget the eternal nature of this sacred bond. It's like focusing on a single wave while missing the vast ocean it's part of. You see, the concept of your twin flame's interest is actually part of what I call the separation illusion. It's like watching a movie and becoming so absorbed in the story that you forget you're sitting in a theater. The truth is, twin flame connections exist on a soul level that transcends our human understanding of relationship dynamics. I remember communicating with a beautiful soul who was devastated because her twin flame seemed completely disinterested. She would say, "How can this be real if they don't even care?" But here's the magical revelation that transformed her journey. The connection isn't dependent on their 3D behavior or current level of interest. It's like gravity. It exists whether you believe in it or not. Think about this. When you're dreaming, you might feel completely separated from your loved ones, but upon awakening, you realize you were never truly apart. This physical reality we're experiencing is similar. It's a temporary illusion of separation designed for our soul's growth. As one ancient spiritual text beautifully states, what appears to be separation is merely the dance of divine consciousness with itself. Your twin flame's apparent interest or disinterest is actually part of a perfect divine orchestration. Sometimes, what looks like distance is actually the universe creating the perfect conditions for both of you to grow. It's like a master gardener knowing exactly when to prune, when to water, and when to simply let the plant be. Remember, when you're questioning their interest, you're actually being invited to go deeper into understanding the true nature of your connection. The real question isn't whether they're interested, it's whether you're ready to embrace the profound truth of your eternal soul bond. This understanding doesn't mean you should ignore the 3D reality. Rather, it invites you to hold both truths simultaneously: the eternal nature of your connection and the temporary human experience of separation. It's like being able to see both the forest and the trees, understanding that each has its own perfect purpose in the grand design. Let this truth settle into your heart. You are always connected, always in union at the soul level, regardless of external appearances. This isn't about denying your human experience. It's about expanding beyond it into a higher truth. Well, let's get real for a moment. The twin flame journey isn't about getting external validation or proof of interest. It's about something much deeper and more transformative. When you're constantly seeking confirmation, you're actually resisting the natural flow of this divine connection. Here's the beautiful paradox. The moment you truly let go of needing confirmation is precisely when you'll receive the clearest signs. It's like trying to see your reflection in rushing water. Only when the water becomes still can you see clearly. Remember, dear soul travelers, your twin flame connection exists beyond the physical realm of interest or disinterest. It's an eternal soul bond that transcends our human understanding of relationships. Whether you're in communication or separation, that sacred connection remains unbroken. The most powerful confirmation comes from within, when you're aligned with your highest self, living your truth and radiating your authentic light. That's when the magic happens. Your twin flame will naturally respond to your elevated frequency, not to your seeking. So release the need for confirmation and trust that what's meant for you will always find its way home. After all, twin flames aren't about the destination. They're about the beautiful transformation that happens along the way.